Right, welcome back to another video. So, we got a few questions here. First one, 4 to the power of 2/3, we want to turn into surd form. So, write your surd, and then just put the 4 down there. The big number stays with the big number. The little numbers are a little bit more confusing. The top one goes up here, and this one goes here. And this is saying like the cube root of 4 squared, or obviously 4 squared 16, so 16, the cube root of 16, so something times something times something equals 16. And the reason there's 3 question marks there is because it is the cube root. If you imagine, like, if we do something like the square root of 4, just like something times something has to equal 4. And obviously the square root of 4 is 2. There are 2 numbers here. That's why it is a square root. It's like 2 numbers got to equal 4. Cube root, you're doing something times something times something equals 16. Right. Let's have a look at this one down here. We've got it in surd form, and we've got to turn it into index form, we'll call it. Cool. So 5 will stay as it is. This little 2, the one that's kind of next to the big number in the little surd, goes up the top. 5 to the 2/3. Cool. Let's have a look at this one. Lighting in this room is bad. So 7 to the 1/3. Well, let's do this. The 7 goes here, the 1 goes here, 3 goes here. Now, 7 to the 1 is just 7. So that can just go like that. Cube root. Once again, this 3, you don't have to write this, but just thought this would help. Cube root just means, yeah, something times something times something is 7. We're timesing this thing by itself 3 times, and these are all going to be the same number. Right. Square root of 14 to index form. Now, this square root doesn't have any of those, it doesn't have any of those little numbers here and here. So this is where we need to know that 14 is just 14 to the 1. That's the exact same thing. And we know from rule 1, I think, maybe rule 2 in our PowerPoint for Monday, that's just a 2 there. If there's nothing there, it's just assumed that it is a 2. Now we can do this. Cool. Now, chances are you'll get one of these questions in the test. Write as powers of 2. So that means your final answer, the big number, is going to be a 2. And we're going to write it in index form. So we need to know, this is why we need to know powers of 2. 32 is, if you really want, just like write them down here. 2, 4, 8, just keep doubling it. 16, 32, 64. So this is 2 to the 1, 2 to the 2, 2 to the 3, 2 to the 4, 2 to the 5. Might just help. It takes up like 2 centimeters worth of room on your cheat sheet. So we can see here, 32 is 2 to the 5. Cool. How do we turn this into index form? Well, we know that this is 2, that's just implied. And then we can do 2 to the 5 over 2. Now, this is where knowing about fractions is pretty helpful. If we have something like 2 to the 2, that's obviously going to be 4. And we can see that 4 is bigger than 2. If we have something like 2 to the 1, that is 2. So when our little power is 1 or higher, our answer is going to be 2 or higher. If our power is like 2 to the half, our answer is going to be less than 2, and this just happens to be 1.41. This is root 2, quite a famous number. We know that 2 to the 0 is 1. So if we do like 2 to the 3rd, we know this is going to fit somewhere in between these two numbers. And if we ever have 2 to the power of a fraction, it's never going to be less than 1. This is the absolute minimum. It's never going to be less than 1. It's going to tend towards 1, but it's never going to actually reach 1. So if we go back to this example here, 5 over 2, we know that 5 over 2 is like, it's bigger than 1, isn't it? It would be 2 to the 2.5. I don't actually know what that is, but we know that it's going to be bigger than 4. 2 to the 3 is 8. So it's going to fit in between 4 and 8 somewhere, not necessarily 6. I've been filming 6 minutes and I don't want to go to my calculator because I'm worried it's going to stop recording. But that's how that works. 5 over 2. 5 divided by 2 is just 2.5. If you're ever wondering how to convert a fraction to a decimal, top number divided by bottom number. Right. This is the final answer. We've written it as a power of 2. Let's do this one. So we might as well write this again. We know that 16, if we look back at our little table, 16 is 2 to the 4. So we'll do 2 to the 4. Cool. And now we can just convert to the index version. Cool. And if you think like the cube root of 16 would have to be nope, forget I said anything. We're going to move on to the next question. I'll actually illustrate what I meant to say. This is your final answer. This one here. Cube root of 8. So if we look down here, 8 is 2 to the 3. And 3 of 3, oh, that just means 1. 2 to the 1. Because like 3 divided by 3, or 3 out of 3 is just 1. So 2 to the 1. That kind of makes sense. The cube root of 8. So something times something times something equals 8. And that's just 2. 2 times 2 times 2 equals 8. Hopefully this video has helped. You'll probably get 1 or 2 test questions about this, if that. So don't lose too much sleep over it.